On Wednesday morning, the Teresa and Melanie Hall Foundation distributed school bags to schools in District 3 as part of the Teresa and Melanie Hall and Friends Memorial School Bag Project. Genevieve Gonzague tells us more.
On Wednesday, less fortunate students from District 3 were given backpacks as part of an annual donation from the Teresa and Melanie Hall and Friends Memorial School Bag Project. Deceased Teresa Hall was a well-known cultural activist and icon who was dedicated to ensuring the survival of St. Lucian culture and was also very passionate about children and education. Following her death, her family has continued her foundation to ensure that her legacy lives on. 10 students from 11 schools were gifted bags from the foundation. The education officer for District 3, Francelette Lawrenson, implored students to be appreciative and make the best use of the items they would be receiving. She also made an appeal to everyone present to give whatever little that they have whenever they can.
To enjoy, make the most of this gift that you are receiving today. Make yourself, your families proud, and the families that are here related to the halls in whatever way. Make them proud and continue the legacy. And teachers, all of us here, adults here and children, let us continue the spirit of benevolence. Share, give. Whatever little that we have, it makes a major difference. And as Mrs. Henry did indicate, there are so many more persons as a result of COVID who need assistance. Sometimes it's not necessarily something tangible, but they just need a listening ear, and its greatest impact is in the lives of our children.
Close friend of deceased Melanie Hall, one of the other founders of the project, Mary Polius, who has been associated with the school bag project for over 6 years, made an appeal for the legacy and memory of the people who started the project, as well as shaped and touched so many lives, be kept alive.
Too often, we have people who do great work and we just forget them. Let's not forget the great work that Mrs. Hall did during her lifetime, and Melanie as well. Let us not forget. I am sure the project will continue to grow, but as the project grows, we must not forget the people who were there from the very inception.
The principal of the Ave Maria Girls Primary School, Valerie St. Helen Henry, expressed sincere thanks to the foundation.
The presentation of school bags to students who are less fortunate by the whole family is so very significant and timely, especially this year, as we all know the effect COVID has on many households in St. Lucia. As many schools reopened their doors last week, and as teachers began to settle in with their students, pastoral care has become a very significant issue on the role of schools. We are recognizing that some families need immense support in order to have the consistent attendance of students at school. Parents reaching out for support. So now, I am representing each and every school administrator here by standing with a warm and grateful heart to applaud the work of the Teresa and Melanie Hall Foundation.
The foundation makes this donation annually. However, students and teachers were a lot more grateful as many more students needed support due to the implications of COVID-19. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
The Ambassador for Diaspora Affairs, Dr. Joycelyn Fletcher, on Wednesday explained that people living in the diaspora give back to St. Lucia very often. She says particularly now with COVID-19, there has been an increase in the frequency with which items are sent to families back home in St. Lucia.
Many individuals in St. Lucia who are able to have given off their time, energy and resources to families in need due to the COVID-19 pandemic. However, given that some places were hit harder than others, many would not expect many donations by individuals within the diaspora to St. Lucia. This, however, has not been the case. Ambassador for Diaspora Affairs, Dr. Joycelyn Fletcher, explained that she has observed an increase in the amounts of donations and supplies being sent for people within the diaspora to help navigate through the COVID-19 period.
The diaspora are giving back very, very frequently, and even more so, I have seen a rise in their contributions to St. Lucia. And that is why we have this memorandum of understanding with the SSDF. And so that when they send in their donations, the SSDF collects what they have sent at customs and deliver it wherever they want to send it. So like if those bags were being sent, when it got to customs, SSDF will collect it from customs. So there's no charges when it gets here for the diaspora. SSDF collects, and if they have to drop it here, they will drop it here for them.
Dr. Fletcher says it is never a hassle to get anyone to donate or give back to the country, and that most people usually just reach out to her to get things sent to various places.
I hear that there are going to be some diabetic chairs coming in for the Diabetic Association. They have been written to me. I know some microscopes worth the value of £250, and I think about 25 of them coming into for the Ministry of Education from the UK diaspora. I have some more. I just recently, Dame Paulette wrote me and asking for assistance from SSDF because she is the patron of an association in Canada, a diaspora association in Canada that donated a whole lot of stuff for the schools in St. Lucia. So the diaspora is really, really doing quite a lot, apart from the investing, giving back, the remittances and those barrels they send to families and friends. They are actually giving quite a lot.
She says it is heartwarming seeing all this support coming in, even more so now during the pandemic. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
St. Lucia's Forestry Department has expressed outrage regarding videos being circulated online showing the protected boa constrictor being eaten. The department laments the killing of the protected and endangered species. Locally called Tetchie, the St. Lucia boa is the biggest snake in St. Lucia. It can grow up to a length of 14 feet and can bear up to 70 live young. This non-venomous snake can be found almost everywhere. It feeds on small birds and mammals such as rats and could be seen most of the times on fruit trees where those animals frequent. The boa enjoys basking in the sun, especially after rain when its body temperature needs regulating. The local name Tetchie was as a result of its head having a resemblance to a dog, which enables it to capture its prey quite effectively. The prey is then suffocated using its strong body muscles and swallowed entirely. Killing the snake carries a fine of $5,000. In other news, President Donald Trump has been nominated for the 2021 Nobel Peace Prize for brokering a deal normalizing relations between Israel and the United Arab Emirates. The news sent shockwaves through the international media, with many questioning his eligibility. Here's a local take on the matter.
News of U.S. President Donald Trump being nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize sent shockwaves through social media. The news broke on Twitter after a Norwegian lawmaker tweeted that he had nominated Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize for his efforts in the Middle East. The Norwegian parliament member said that Trump should be considered because of his work for a peace agreement between the United Arab Emirates and Israel, which opened up for possible peace in the Middle East. In an interview with the Associated Press, he was quoted saying that no matter how Trump acts at home or what he does at press conferences, he should absolutely be given a chance to win the Nobel Peace Prize. Veteran journalist Earl Busquet is much less convinced. Busquet believes that the nomination has stemmed from Trump's own belief that he is worthy of receiving the prestigious award, which was historically handed to his predecessor merely months into office.
I am not surprised. Trump has kept repeating every time somebody else got it over the past 4 years. He has reminded the United States and the world that he deserves a peace prize. At the time he took office, he said he deserved the peace prize because he declared during his campaign that he was going to remove America from all of those wars. 4 years later, he hasn't pulled the U.S. out of any wars. He has remained in Syria. He has assigned more American troops to different places. He has continued the war against Venezuela started by Obama.
Busquet believes that one would not have to look too far back in the international headlines to determine whether or not Trump is deserving of such an honor.
I don't think he deserves it. We're talking about peace. Trump has sent troops to Syria. to take over the oil in different parts of Syria. He has deployed troops, naval troops around Venezuela ever since he took office. Has in fact implemented over 170 sanctions against Venezuela in the past less than 4 years. It is very clear that the attitude with regard to Russia, with regard to Venezuela in particular today, is one that would disqualify him from earning a Nobel Peace Prize.
This is Trump's second nomination by the same party. In 2018, he was nominated for his efforts to bring reconciliation to North and South Korea. Jacques Wooding, Hot 7 News.
This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Sports and weather are coming up after the break.